Okay, good morning and welcome back to the Wilton Report. Kind of fired up today. I don't know why, so God help us all. We'll see what I say. Hopefully nothing bad. Today we're going to kind of talk about the immediate market. I can tell you future episodes, we're going to talk about the affordable housing overlay. We're going to talk about, I would say, the awfulness of the historic preservation neighborhood in Princeton and the negative effect it has on property owners in that neighborhood. I'm probably going to get in trouble for that statement. I literally meant the point where I don't care because it's so egregious what they've done to private property rights in that neighborhood and the amount of money they're costing people. So that's on the future. I will have guests to talk about it. But today we're going to talk about the immediacy of the market, what's going on. And because it's kind of like a weird phase in the market. This is always a weird time of year. So let's get to it. But as a reminder, we do have other companies other than Queenston Realty. We have Princeton Home Connection. So if you're a private property owner and before the town of Princeton takes your rights away and you want to build an ADU, talk to us. ADUs are accessory dwelling units. They're tiny homes. You can put them on your lot more or less by right if you're a single family homeowner in Princeton. PrincetonHomeConnections.com, or you can text us. I'll give you the cell in a minute. So if you're looking to build an ADU, great opportunity to do so. If you're a property manager, if you're a landlord, and I know I have a fair number of landlords who listen to this podcast, you can check us out. We totally revamped that business in the last 3 months. I brought in a chief operating officer. Really just, we're ready to hit the ground running again with that business, even though we've grown it. PrincetonPropertyManagementServices.com. And if you're a licensed realtor in the Princeton market, if you're an active associate and you're doing more than $6 million and you haven't talked to us yet, you should, because our compensation and our structure and what we're doing as a company, I would say, is second to none. I'll show you that in a second. If your license is in a referral and you are a referral associate and have not put your license with us yet, you don't care about money. You're just giving your broker too much money for every deal you refer. And we also have Princeton Abstract, which is our title and clothing services company. I'm putting that up there on this slide because as an active member of Queenston Realty as a principal agent, you get to own shares in that. And we're going to be setting up our own insurance company too in the third and fourth quarter. So again, if you're an active licensee and you're trying to run a complete business, I don't know, you're crazy, but whatevs. So this is the result year to date for our company. We have the number 1 team in Mercer County. We have the number 2 team in Mercer County. This is from Bright MLS, number 1 agent in Mercer County, number 1 listing agent in Princeton, number 1 team in Princeton. We are the fastest growing market share brokerage in Princeton, units and market share. Number 1 buyer's agent in Princeton, number 2 buyer's agent in Princeton, number 3 buyer's agent in Princeton. This is Bright year to date. And of the 15 agents in Princeton, top 15 agents in Princeton, 6 of them work here. Did I say that right? You can look at the slide. That's pretty good. So we're awesome. Any questions, you can always text us, 609-773-8054. Let's get to the market. In a word, I would describe it as sluggish. We're getting a lot of texts from buyers saying slow week. Not our sellers so much, but everything seems to be selling, which is great. However, the market does seem very sluggish and heavy. I don't disagree, but there are reasons why, and the purpose of the Wilton Report is the why. So let's take a look at what's happening. So good news for buyers, 57 houses for sale in Princeton. It is a year-to-date high, I believe. I don't think it's gone higher than that. So more inventory should mean, right? Everyone's excited. Yay, more stuff. So let's break it down and see what it means to everybody. So that's the question, right? So what's the problem? So this is an active studio, right? And this is not my listing. I have not seen it, full disclosure. 49 Palmer Square, 0 beds, 1 bath, $375. That is from Bright MLS. That is the front of the unit. Obviously in the heart of Palmer Square, beautiful, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. However, it's been for sale for over 40 days. So what gives, right? It's asking $375. So let's just go back to the last 180 days, okay? And if you're listening on Spotify or whatever, this is where you probably want to tune into YouTube, only because we do talk a lot of numbers. It's easier to see them, though obviously I'm going to walk you through it. the average, it looks like studio 365. This is not average. These are prices. 365, 350, 350. There was a studio in an elevator building, which is premium. Because again, if you've listened to this podcast extensively, you know baby boomers are crushing the market, especially in urban or mini urban areas such as Princeton. So an elevator building would be in high demand, obviously. So that one sold in excess of 384. But 365, 350, 350, one is under contract that started at 375. So if you want my opinion as to what's happening, sellers are getting piggish. That's my opinion. Is it fact yet? No. We'll see, and we're going to break it down even further. So is 25,000 like, oh my God, it's not a lot of money? It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Because if you're an investor, you have to factor in what are you getting for rent? You have to factor in the HOA and the taxes and the cost of the upkeep, right? I know it's popular to hate landlords, whatever, but if you're a buyer, you got to factor all the same thing in, right? So 25,000 is a lot of money. So we'll see, and we'll kind of watch that segment. But my opinion is sellers are getting piggish, for lack of a better description. And I'm not saying that negatively. I'm just saying that so you get the sense of the market's going up. Well, again, if you've watched this podcast, nobody cares what you want, especially not the market. So let's take a look at the Western section. So the Western section is Hodge, Morgan, Wilson, Elm. It's the high-end neighborhood, right? That doesn't have a historic easement on it, unlike the less high-end neighborhood next to it. There's 9 homes for sale in the Western section, 9 single-family homes for sale. Starting price, 2295, right? And that's like not even in the Western section, just for the record. So the real starting price is over $2 million. So over $3 million, I should say. So you have 9 homes in the Western section for sale. That's 15% of the market in one neighborhood. Last week, there were 3 for sale on Library Place. 1 came off the market. It didn't sell. It just came off the market. So 3 on one street, that tipping point towards a glut, right? So in my opinion, you're going to see some price reductions in this market if the sellers want to reduce, because it's a very selective process over there. And CS means coming soon, just so you know. PND means pending. These are the actives, okay? So like 9 in one neighborhood is 15% of the market. When you go to the single family home market, 6 detached under 1 million, but let's go through them. This one's not even on the market yet. This is in Littlebrook, right? $899, and these are those super cool mid-century modern ranches in Littlebrook, which everybody wants, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. This will sell in excess of $899. Why? Well, if you want the answer to that, you hire us as your buyer's agent or your seller's agent, because our strategy is our strategy. You saw the results. They work. 73 Harriet, my understanding is it's got a water problem, right? Ross Stevenson just came on this week. My opinion, they will both be sold by Tuesday or Wednesday. This is on a half an acre lot, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, premium, under $1 million, hard to find, right? And by the way, we could have all bought in Ross Stevenson 5 years ago for like 40% less than what they're asking up there now. This one is a Cape. So Capes, again, don't necessarily sell as high as a split, which this one is. 25 Wilton just hit the market today. It's a 4 bedroom, 2 bath Cape Cod. I'm not even sure I would say it's habitable from what I've seen, having been there a million times. However, that will sell above the asking price. If you want to know how much, you hire us as your buyer's agent, because that's why we're number one. 41 Drake's Corner Road is a development lot. So of the 6 under $1 million, right, these 2 are going to sell. This is going to sell. Harriet's got a water issue, and Clover's not even on the market yet. So you can see it's not that the market's sluggish. We're still in a low inventory cycle, except above $2 million. Okay, look at the $2 million market. There's 27 detached homes over $2 million. That's 47% of the market. To me, that's a glut. I'm predicting, right, and we don't see it yet, that you're going to see price reductions in this market segment. So what does that mean? Does that mean prices are coming down? Oops, No, that does not mean prices are coming down. That means that these were priced into an appreciating market. You now have a glut. This is my opinion only. We will see if I'm right. I've been waiting to broadcast this. I've been watching this for weeks and weeks and weeks. But when 50% of the market in a given town is above 2 million, that's unaffordable. It just is what it is. So even for Princeton, like, it's just a lot, in my opinion. A bunch will sell, a bunch will reduce, and then sell. Prices are not necessarily coming down, right? Because if you look at the long-term average, prices are up. But in that market segment, in my opinion, there's a glut. In the under million segment, there is a dire shortage of homes for sale. Dire. Even in the 1 to 2 million segment, livable, quality products, single-family homes, dire. So I was talking to a builder yesterday. They are switching their strategy from building spec homes above 2 million to finding the, I would say, houses that need work in Princeton, in the under million, right, or low million market, and then reselling them in the under 2 million market. So I do think you're going to see an adjustment in the market where, like, there's just too much here. People can't afford it. Or at least there's not enough people that can afford it. People can afford it. There's just not a preponderance of them. So that's what's, in my opinion, causing the market to be sluggish. There's nothing here. There's a lot here. It's like, what do you do? If you're a buyer, you got to wait. You got to see what comes on, right? It is what it is. So that's my opinion on the market. Again, in 2 weeks, we are going to do the second quarter breakdown, and we're going to do it, I think, in at least 3 languages: Korean, Chinese, and French, actually. So that'll be a new aspect of the Wilton Report. So the Wilton Report will be in at least 3 languages, 4, including English. Question we get asked a lot, and this was actually from a customer that I met with the other day, like, why Queenston? Like, are you as good as you say you are in your podcast? Well, as you know, let's look at the numbers, because, like, that's all that matters. My opinion doesn't matter, right? So this is the average sales per agent by brokerage in Princeton only, for the record. This is not Mercer County. This is from Bright MLS. And you can see we outperform every other brokerage, major broker in Princeton, significantly. We don't hire people who don't know what they're doing. If you work with an agent from my office, they're good. It just is what it is. So we are at basically almost 4 per person. And you can see there's a competitor, national competitor, 0.54, 1.09, 1.72, right? That's our, you could say, like, they have market share. Yeah, they do, but they have over 120 agents in their office, right? We're just better than them on a per person basis. This is listings per person, right? By broker. In the office, 4.7. The largest office in Princeton, 2.23. Again, they like to talk about market share. I'd say, okay, that's good. We're just better than you on a per person basis, right? And you can see the rest of it. This is closed buy-side deals in Princeton 2021 to 2023. We're up 64.4%. So let's just round it up to 65%. Everybody else is down. Why is that? Because we're good and we focus on the numbers and we hire people that are good and know what they're doing, because the consumer experience matters. Matters to us, and it definitely matters to the consumer. So that's the buy-side deals 2021 to 2023 at a Bright. And this is listings closed in Princeton only. I do have Mercer County numbers coming if you're interested. And again, you can see my former employer down 254%. Boo-hoo for them. And then the other companies are down rather significantly, and we're up 42%. Why? Because we're local. This is what we do. We're experts in the Princeton market. 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐄 is an expert in the West Windsor market. Kate is an expert in Cranberry. Charlie is an expert in Princeton, in Montgomery. Like, we are subject matter experts in our markets. We're really, really good at what we do, and we work hard at it. So, the question was posed to me the other day. I have an intern for the summer, so I gave him the assignment of figuring this out. So that is it for this episode of the Wilton Report. Thank you for tuning in. I know I was bragging a little bit, but I was posed the question by a consumer, so I figured I'd do the research, and that is the Princeton research from 2021 to 2023. So obviously, we will keep an eye on the market. We'll see if we can break past the sluggishness. We are still in a very inventory-constrained market, not so much above the 2 million, so we will market. And what's nice about the Wilton report is I can always go back and check my slides, my notes, and see if we're growing or not growing, how we're doing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's it. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in a week or two for the next episode in Korean, Chinese, and or French. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.